Okay, beautiful souls. I was just meditating on what the collective needs most in this moment. So I'm really excited to dig in today. Today we're going to be talking about the chakras and how they actually support our business and our business growth and inevitably our life and all the things connected to who we are and what it is that we've come here to do on the planet. So this is going to be like a little bit of a masterclass on chakras, but simultaneously it's a really powerful way for you to just tune in and start to get your power back when it comes to noticing sensations in the body and noticing when something feels like it's in alignment versus out of alignment, or when we're playing small and when we get to expand. So I'm really excited about this as a Reiki master. This is something that I know I support my one-on-one clients with, is just moving energy. That's just one of the modalities that I use. And it's just so much fun to just tune into the power of our energy centers and what it is that they're trying to communicate to us. Because our body is trying to work with us. And sometimes it feels like we might be thinking, oh, it's working against me because it's speaking loudly, it's hurting, it's experiencing illness. When really what it's doing is it's trying to communicate something to you in a really powerful way. So I'm excited to dig into this topic because I think this is a great way to start to plant seeds, to pay attention to how your body is reacting to certain things, experiences, things of that nature. So let's just start to move through all of these 7 chakras in the body. So we'll start with the root chakra. This is usually defined by this color red. It is at the bottom of the spine. And essentially, this is connected to our safety, our belonging, our sense of feeling like we're rooted into something. And so, what I notice for a lot of people is if they're not feeling safe in their body, or they've got this great idea that they've just channeled from source, and now they're like, how do I root this in? Like, how do I actually take action? A lot of times, work around the root can be really, really powerful because what it's doing is it's actually activating a part of ourselves that's saying, let me take what I just received from the divine and actually do something with it. So it's a great way to take these beautiful visions and say, like, let me root it down so that I can actually take inspired action towards the thing that I desire to create. So, a really important thing to do is to start to tune in and say, do I feel rooted to my vision, or do I feel like I'm more like my head is in the clouds, right? Or do I feel safe to go after the thing that I just channeled, like the divine guidance that I just received, or do I feel safe to speak my truth? Oftentimes, I'll notice in my clients that this center might feel really out of alignment or it might feel really small. And so it's basically a call for us to expand that beautiful red energy in the root of the spine that really just allows us to feel the safety in the body. So oftentimes I'll bring in the white divine light all the way down to the root of the body. And I'll ask that that white divine light start to move and circulate with the red and just start to expand our safety in our body. So if you're feeling like that uprooted experience, or there's just something in your body that's feeling like you're uprooted, like that's kind of how you would define it, there's probably something that you don't feel safe in. There's probably something that your body is calling you to experience more safety in. So I always say it's the movement of the energy, but also nervous system regulation is so important when we get that divine, beautiful download from spirit. And all of a sudden now we have to go after it. And we're like, oh, but I've never done that before. What if I build it and no one comes? Like the ego starts to get involved. And it's really important for us to say, like, let me start to calm the nervous system, because when the body is calm, then the mind can start to follow that in a really powerful way. And so I always say it's so, so, so important for us to feel the safety in our body before we can really start to self actualize the thing that we are experiencing in the mind. Because the mind can talk us into or out of anything. And so when it's in this state of fight or flight, it's really hard to take action. And we want to be in a more embodied state so that we can actually attract in what we want when we take that inspired action. So it's kind of like we take the inspired action, we're in total fear that it won't work. We're probably magnetizing that in, that it's not going to work. So that's why I say, like, the root is really, really important, because it allows us to start to really tune in and root down into the thing that we're wanting to go after, express, experience. And when we feel that embodied peace to go after it, it suddenly allows that thing to come into us and into our 3D reality, which is so important. So the root is all about safety. It's that beautiful red color at the base of the spine. And it's such a powerful way for us to really tune into, how is the body feeling as I receive this message from spirit, or as I'm being guided to speak my truth, or as I'm breaking through something else, right? Really, really important. So Moving from the root, we'll move into the sacral. So that's like just below the navel. It's this beautiful area of the body where we are basically creating. It is our life force energy. It is defined by that beautiful orange color. And I always like will notice in my clients if it's feeling like it's tight, like it's not expanded. Basically, we've kind of cut off our ability to be in our imagination and to create and to trust the creative process, to be in feminine flow, right? Like this is how we create babies. This is how we create and birth ideas. And so it's so important for us to say, can I have the base of my spine and my sacral, so my root and my sacral, work together? Can I create something and feel safe to create it and then birth it into the world? So that's why we're working our way up these chakras in a really potent and powerful way. And so I always invite people to really tune in and say, like, does it feel like there's like a tightness, like a sinking feeling in your body? Like, do you feel like there's like a part of you that's feeling tight below the navel? Like, do you feel the contraction there? And if you do, that's usually your body telling you that you're not allowing yourself to really create. And we came into this world and this body to use the body to create things, right? Like, that is one of the most beautiful things we can do as a spirit inside of this body, is to actually utilize this tool of the body to create. So our body is going to speak really loudly. And when we're not allowing ourselves to be in our feminine flow, we're not allowing ourselves to really create from this spacious place. Maybe we're starting to build something and we're judging ourselves, right? And so it's really important for us to start to recognize, am I letting myself be in my freest, my biggest expression, or am I kind of closing that down? And so that's where I really like to tune into clients and say, like, does this feel like it's contracted? Does it feel like it's out of alignment? Can we start to pull it back in? And that's going to really allow for us to really drop in and start to feel that beautiful life force energy flowing through our entire system, to take again that beautiful idea that we've gotten from spirit and actually create it into form. And so we do that through our sacral. We create based on the ideas that we've been given. So such a powerful way to work with that space is just recognize if the energy is feeling closed off, recognize the sensations in the body in that way. And simultaneously, again, you can bring down that white divine light, cleanse and clear that area, and start to clear away any old stories we may be holding on to. In any of these chakras, as I'm going through all the chakras, we can always cleanse and clear it with the white divine light and expand it and allow ourselves to get back into alignment. So I always love to empower people that you can do all of this on your own, right? I think there's power in leaning into people who are unbiased, that can hold a safe space for us and we can relax into the healing. So there's power in seeing, Reiki masters and things of that nature. And I always love to empower my clients and empower you to know that you have the capability to expand each of these energy centers and to cleanse and clear them yourself. So the easiest way to do that is to, again, bring the white divine light from above your head all the way down into that area of the body that needs the most support, that needs the cleansing and clearing, that needs to drop into alignment, setting that intention, and then letting that white divine light then move all the way down through your feet and into Mother Earth to alchemize that low vibrational energy, right? So as we move our way up to the next chakra, this is going to be your solar plexus. So this is defined by that beautiful gold color. It's this yellow color. It's just this beautiful, expansive power center. And this is where it allows us to be our fullest, biggest expression of self. Are you feeling empowered to go after that thing? Or are you playing small? And a lot of times people will experience that, and like they've got a pit in their stomach, or they feel contracted, or they feel sick to their stomach, right? Like this is the area of the body that's right around the stomach. And it's so important for us to tune in. Like, do I feel contracted in this area? And if so, how am I taking my power away from myself? Or how am I stating that someone else is taking my power away? No one can do that. We can just give our power away. So it's really important to take ownership of that and to start to take notice of, how can I expand my center? How can I expand where I may be giving my power away? So the reason I'm describing each of these areas in the body is because it's so important for us to start to tune into, what is this area in the body trying to teach me? So again, sinking feeling in the stomach, if it feels like there's a pit in your stomach, if it feels like there's a tightness in your stomach, that's probably that area of the body is telling you that you're giving your power away. And so it's really important that we get that back into alignment and we expand it with that white divine light, right? So if there's people in your business, let's say you got a business partner and you're not speaking your truth, you can start to experience like almost like this contracted feeling in the stomach. It can manifest as feeling like you've got a stomach ache, right? These different areas of the body where we'll feel pain, illness. It's really important to say, like, what are you trying to teach me? what's coming online, and how can I begin to start to move this. So again, this information is just meant to empower you to better understand how the body is telling the story of the soul in relation to what you're building, the business that you're building, the life that you're building. It's so important to say, like, let me utilize this tool of my body to better understand how to really shift the energy that I'm in now to step into this next level version of self. So pain, illness, all of those things, it's not a bad thing. We like to demonize those things when really it's like, thank you for speaking loudly enough for me to understand that there's something here that's blocked. There's something here that I need to expand into. And so for me, I'm always in, I mean, well, maybe not always, like when I'm in my experience, when I was like, I don't feel good, I hate this. And so it's so important to just ultimately, after I move through the ego experience of pain, illness, things of that nature, then I start to utilize the things that I'm talking about now to really tune in and say, okay, but what are you trying to teach me? How can I get back into alignment, right? It's part of the human experience. We're going to oscillate. And it's so important for us to just tune in and say, what can I do to support myself that will allow me to uproot the thing that's been holding me back, the thing that's been making me play small, so that I can move forward in the way that my mind, body, and spirit desires to manifest, to call in the things that I want. I need to start to get into further alignment, right? So as we move from that solar plexus all the way up, we're moving into the heart center now. So now we're moving up to this beautiful space that's, of course, in the area of the heart. And it's going to be this beautiful, and it's defined by a couple different colors depending on how you desire to see this. But it can be this beautiful light pink color or this incredible, like this emerald green color. And it's just about like what feels most resonant with you. And so when we think about this, sometimes this can manifest as tightness in the chest. Where am I letting myself be loved or not be loved? Where am I cutting myself off from connection, right? We think about walls around our heart, that can manifest as tightness in the chest, right? It can manifest as a heart attack. It can manifest as these different things that we're experiencing in our life. And so it's so important to connect to, why am I feeling a tightness in my chest? Am I not letting myself have, am I not letting myself be loved? Am I not allowing myself to experience internal dialogue that's loving, right? What is it that's manifesting here? Am I not experiencing love outside of myself? Am I actually in an environment that's not nourishing, that doesn't feel good, that I'm creating boundaries around? So it's so important for us to start to tune into, what is this area of the body trying to teach me? And how can I again expand it? That white divine light is so powerful. It's going to move and cleanse and clear the energy in the mind, body, and spirit. And it's so important for us to really tune in and start to cleanse and clear the energy. So, one of the things I wanted to share and gift into the space today, too, is my 5 minute energy reset that's actually going to align all of your chakras in a really powerful way and protect your energy. So, this is my one non negotiable every single day, is this exercise. So, it's 5 minutes. It's meant for the high achievers. It's meant for the people that are like, I don't have time for this. This is the one thing that I do every single morning that changes my entire day. And when I don't do it, in the off chance that I don't do it, I feel it. I feel like my energy is more susceptible to other people's energies because I'm very empathic. And so when other people around me are feeling frustrated and chaos, overwhelmed, suddenly I'm experiencing that within my body. And so what this does is it really allows me to protect my energy so I'm not taking in other people's emotions, cleanse and clear my energy, and again, align all of your chakras. So take a look in the show notes. It's called the 5 minute energy reset. It is my gift to you in case you are desiring to, instead of doing this yourself, handing this off to someone else and just laying back, listening, and receiving. It's a really powerful tool to allow yourself to align all of your chakras and protect your energy. It is needed in business because we are surrounded by a lot of energies. And so it's so important for us to be in tune with what's in alignment with me and what is out of alignment with me. So this really allows you to almost have this gut check around, like, even though someone else is excited about it, is this my path of highest excitement? Or am I just being swayed because they're really excited right now? Right? It really allows us to tune into our intuition even more because it protects your energy so you can really tune into what's mine versus what's mine and being swayed by someone else's, right? It's a really powerful tool. So let's start to move up to the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is clearly in the throat. It's this beautiful blue energy, this blue color. And if we feel tightness in the chest or tightness in the throat, or we've manifested a cough in some way, so maybe you've manifested a cough in your chest, the heart space, you've manifested the cough where you're feeling it in your throat and you're not really expressing your truth. Often, if it's feeling tight or you've manifested a cough in some way, it typically means you're not speaking your truth in some way, either internally or externally. Like, where are you not speaking your truth? Are you being mean to yourself internally? Or are you playing small? Are you people pleasing? Are you saying the thing that you think other people want you to say, even though it's not in alignment with your deepest truth? And we did not come here to be cookie cutter versions of each other. We did not come here to build cookie cutter versions of each other's businesses. We came here to build something unique based on our unique soul's blueprint. And it is so important for us to honor the truth, honor the intuitive pings that we get, and share the truth with those in our space, because then it allows them to either be in alignment with that truth or not. But the people that are in our space, no matter what, whether or not they agree or disagree, they still get to respect our truth. That is my number one rule when I am in relationship with other people is you don't have to agree with me, but you get to respect me no matter what. And then if that's not in congruence, if it doesn't feel aligned on all sides, then that's typically where I just take my spaciousness and I'm like, I don't have to plug in this place. It doesn't feel good to be in relationship here. So I'm actually going to take my beautiful life force energy and spend it in places that feel more nourishing. So it's really important for us to really tune in and say, it's safe to speak my truth. So maybe sometimes you're feeling like it's unsafe. So that root chakra is feeling activated and then your throat chakra is feeling activated. It's feeling tight. You've manifested a cough. Really important for us to start to tune into where am I not speaking my truth and how can I bring more safety into my body so that I can speak that truth externally and internally. Really powerful. So lastly, there's two more actually. We're going to be moving up to the third eye. So it's that beautiful, beautiful indigo color. And the cool thing about the third eye is, of course, this is our connection to our intuition. This is allowing us to really tune into what is my truth, right? So important. So we'll start to receive the information here inside of the intuition. And then it's important for us to then speak our truth outside of our throat box, right? So really, really powerful. If we're getting headaches, if we're starting to manifest like tension headaches or just feeling certain things in the head, like head pressure in different ways, typically what that means is you've blocked the intuition in some way. You're not letting yourself connect to your deeper truth. And it's so important, especially when we're making big decisions, for us to really tune into what is my deepest truth and letting ourselves be guided. It's really powerful. So that's why things like channeling can be like such a potent and powerful tool, because we're receiving information that's specific to us. It's not just advice from someone, it is specifically channeled information for ourselves from our highest self, from our angels, from our guides, so that we can then tune in and say, what feels true for me? What feels true for me? This is one of my number one pieces of business advice. Follow your intuition, unlock your third eye, allow yourself to receive these beautiful downloads and build in alignment with that. So when we get the intuitive ping, how does it feel in your body? Does it feel expansive or does it feel contracting? Right? Typically, when it's coming from the intuition, it's going to feel expansive. And then there might be a part of us that feels fear after we get the intuitive ping. And that's just something we get to heal and move through. But what's your initial reaction? Do you feel expanded and excited by holding retreats, by shifting your offers, by leaning into this partnership, by XYZ? It's so important for us to start to tune into what is the intuitive ping and does it feel like it's in alignment with my soul? And now, how can I honor that? Right? So really, really powerful. I think it's so important for us to tune into that area of the body, learn how to channel and learn how to receive these powerful, powerful intuitive pings. This is something that I help my clients with all the time, unlocking their intuition and having the courage to follow it. Because not only will we receive it, but sometimes we're like, oh, now I have to do something with it. And it's so important to actually feel grounded and rooted in what it is that we're receiving so we feel safe to go after it. And then last but not least, we have the crown. The crown chakra is at the top of the head. This is allowing us to have that beautiful spiritual connection. And what it's doing is it's really allowing us to connect to divine wisdom. So again, a way of channeling and a way of tuning into what do my angels and guides desire for me to know. So it's this beautiful violet or white color. It kind of depends on what feels most in alignment in your body. But this is an opportunity for us to say, let me not only tune into my internal sense of knowing, which is going to be received from the third eye, but now let me channel for my guides. Let me receive that information as well, the validation from my spirit team, from my angels and guides at the highest vibration. I always set that intention. If you're going to be asking for signs, ask for them from your angels and guides of the highest vibration and for your highest good, right? We want to make sure that we're not just calling it any and all guidance. We want it to be high vibrational guidance, our highest good. We want it to be both, because sometimes things that are our highest good feel like we get drop kicked in the head. And great, we learn from that. But I always like to call in both. I like to say, let this be a high vibrational experience and simultaneously allow myself to allow this to be in my highest good. So let it be both. That's what I say. So this is the power of really tuning into what are the physical experience I've manifested in my body, and what is my body trying to teach me. So we went through each and every one of these chakras and how to start to cleanse and clear it. Definitely download that 5-minute energy reset. It's a way for you to realign your chakras by just tuning in for 5 minutes, but it's also going to do way more than that. It's going to protect your energy exactly as I said, so that when you're in connection with other people, like we are all the time, we're not taking in how they're feeling, whether they're feeling overwhelmed, sad, or incredible joy, but maybe it's, even though they're joyful about it, it's not necessarily in alignment with you, right? So it's important for us to protect our truth, tune into our body, allow ourselves to be in our deepest alignment so that we're aware of what feels true for us versus what feels true for someone else. Because there is no truth. There really is only our truth in the moment, and that can shift at any time. And there can be more than one truths happening at one time. And so it's really important for us to tune in and say, amazing. I love that for you. And what is my truth? What feels so true for me and my body? And you get to honor that. So I'm really excited for you to start to play with the energy of the chakras, start to really tune in and say, how does that feel in my body? And really tune into, what is my body trying to teach me? Have I manifested something in my body, like the tightness in the chest or the cough or the headache, right? All of these things in the body, they're trying to teach you something. And to take it just a level further, it's really powerful as well to notice, is it happening on the left side of the body or is it happening on the right side of the body? So sometimes it's in one of our energy centers, but it's feeling more like it's in the, let's say, shoulder, but on the left side. That to me is telling me that it is, if it's on the left, a feminine experience or a feminine expression or unhealed expression that's trying to come through, versus the right side is a masculine expression that's trying to come through. So if I'm experiencing tightness in my left shoulder, what that's probably telling me is, one, it's very close to the throat and the heart center. So is there something there that I get to tune into? Am I speaking my truth? Am I loving myself? Do I feel like I'm holding the entire world on the top of my shoulders? And also, what is feeling unhealed from the feminine perspective? Am I putting too much pressure on myself, right? Am I pushing myself too hard and not allowing myself to be in feminine flow, right? And so it's really powerful to start to better understand what the body is telling you. Something I love to help my one-on-one clients with. It's really, really powerful. The body is an incredible tool to help you better understand how to realign with your soul's deepest desires. And the body is here to teach us that, because our body is a mystery school and our soul is a mystery school. And it is one of the most incredible things that we're going to better understand as we move through this life. But it's something that we're going to continue to unpack forever as we're here in this body, and so it's so empowering for us to better understand how to utilize the body as a tool to better understand the soul's expression and what the soul came here to build and how the soul came here to build it. So I hope that this was supportive. This is something that I channeled today that felt like it was in alignment to share with you today. So if you received something beautiful and tangible and amazing from this episode, I would be so grateful if you gave that 5-star review. It allows more people to find this medicine, this incredible medicine that allows people to take their power back and really step into their deepest alignment in life and business. So thank you for spending your incredible, beautiful time with us here today. And I will chat with you here very soon. Mwah.